So this is just a recap for live stream 63, and I also believe it is a recap 69 or something, but live stream 63. So the P&L from the close of yesterday's trade was brought over to today. So we actually started the day down 200 points. So in the session, we're able to battle back and bring it all the way down to this realized 68.5 points to the downside. So we got it pretty wrong yesterday. The initial trade idea was a short. The initial trade idea was a short, but after that we had the Apple earnings and 110 billion worth of share buybacks. Also a dividend and so on, and Apple being one of the biggest components of the Nasdaq, as you could imagine, it rallied to the upside. So let's start with today. Today we had the consolidation from the Apple move. So with Apple, it was around about the 750s or so. That's where the market pretty much settled after their earnings, which came out about 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. So we had the move off Apple. Just a brief move there after the market reopened about 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We've had a bit of consolidation as we went into NFP. So around that 750s was where, as we can see there, about 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's where the market closed after Apple's earnings. So about at 750. So we had a consolidation in around, rotating around that area. Today, now we've had non-farm payrolls. Payrolls came in lower than expected, but imagine the market seeing that as being bullish, as possibly meaning that the Fed may want to cut rates in order to stimulate the economy or something. So had this big move up. We also had the Apple earnings as well to be priced in a bit more than it had. So we had this big move up on the news announcement. This gap here is pretty much where I came here onto the platform. So this gap is just pretty much loading the data. So this gap isn't really there. The candle should be in that area. So came in. First trade I took was a short. After seeing this candle coming down pretty strongly, so there was a lot of volume on this 5-minute candle. I'll go back here. The candle actually closed with, let's see, with 25,000 in terms of volume, which is a huge amount for Nasdaq, for the NQ, considering that it wasn't the open. I don't even believe the open had that much. Let's have a look. So the open had 22,000. So we actually had more. I know on the economic calendar we had some ISM news that was due out at about 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. ISM services and ISM PMIs. And it did come in lower than forecast. But we saw the move going down, so I went short. Also, I noticed that we were pulling back from the 18,040. The news I was paying attention to was NFP. I didn't pay attention to the ISM news, but I got in after that. I noticed it on the calendar, so I got in a couple of shorts here. Prices came down into this area. Saw some buying briefly and so on in and around this area. We had this previous consolidation at the highs of where the news was announced. Also noticed the VWAP, so I didn't want to short through there. I was bullish, especially after yesterday with the Apple news and post FOMC. All the moves to the downside were given back up. Let's see on here. So we had FOMC here. We had a big rally, gave it all up. Yesterday we had break the lows, took out all those probably weekend longs, rallied up, had the Apple news, had a gap up, didn't see much selling to the downside. This is today's candle, of course. And so I was looking for longs and I was looking for opportunities to buy, and that's pretty much what I did. So look for opportunities to buy, take profit, put an order in to get in lower, take profit again, and so on. That was a goal. Ultimately, I was looking for a move. up towards this 18,040. It seemed the next logical level, a retest of the ISM news. Wanted to see the market take back all the brief bearish momentum here. I wanted to see prices take that all out, take out all the stops that may have been up here if anybody potentially shorting this market. And came into this consolidation. I didn't really like it much. Even through here, I did manage to get out for break even in a couple of trades. And eventually I decided to get out here as prices did seem slow. As you can see the drop off in volatility, these smaller candles, this consolidation. So I pretty much got out and decided to call it a day here. And that's why I'm doing this recap. So we had a pullback down to that VWAP, found support, got a 50 facing up and a 200 facing up here. On the hourly, we look incredibly bullish here. So we had the move up. We had the NFP there on that big candle. Big push up. The ISM news pulled us back to, that's the VWAP right there. And again, we've seen this push up here. So we do look poised to get towards that 18,040 key level for a couple of months now. And we'll look at our trade performance here. Just getting the trade performance up. So we're saying, oh no, that's sporting too many days. Sporting from April. So the 3rd. There we are. So today, we came in with the bias of being long, as we can see. Picked up 132 points. Paid a lot in commissions. I didn't hold trades as much as I would have if I wasn't here. When I had no choice, I have to pretty much let the trades play out. Although it would have been would have actually worked out if after getting out of the bearish position that we had to close because of the strong bullish move yesterday, if we would have immediately got into a long position around the 750s, we definitely would have recovered all our losses and would have had a pretty decent day to the upside. I would have picked up about 250 points as prices got to 18,000. If that was the case, would have recovered the 200 points lost yesterday, plus would have been up an extra 50 points. But my word, the trade performance has disappeared again. Okay, so we'll just get another trade performance up, seeing as it's pretty non-compliant. And let's get the correct dates as well. 3rd May, 132 points, 100%. Well, the profit factor is going to be that because we got 100% accuracy. All the contracts were accurate. A couple of the small break-evens brought our average winner down, of course. We can't really read much into this. It just seems that when there's a fundamental catalyst, I tend to perform my best. And days where it's a bit slower, difficult to judge, especially when I'm not here as well, where I can intervene. But that's a double-edged sword. I seem to have better results. But here's the equity curve. Curve. And so this better reflects the overall what we did today. So scrolling down, there we are, 132. Just scrolled all the way through it. We can see there started at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. A couple of hours here. That's where we've ended up 132 points here on the P&L. And that's about it. That covers everything. So the fundamentals definitely played a part, being on the right side of the market in terms of the Apple news, NFP and so on. Definitely made it a lot easier. Not the case over the past couple of days that didn't work out. We have placed trades during the European session. Couldn't make an adjustment, so had to come back at the close of play, probably start of the next day according to how it all prices it together. and have to suffer fairly big losses and so on. So we'll see what we do next week. I don't believe our schedule will allow us to actively manage as much as we would like. So maybe a couple of no trade days there. But I'm working on my analysis, hoping to get on the right side of the market more often than not and not make as big mistakes as I have been doing in terms of these buy and holds to the end of the day. So I'm definitely going to try and work on my analysis to be on the right side and make sure that I am trading in alignment with the fundamentals and the overall big picture of the market. So with that said, that's just going to wrap up the recap here for today. Thanks for watching.